Enjoy another minute here. And then all together, inhale, bring our hands to heart center. Anjali mudra, this is a balancing mudra. Balancing the right and left sides of the body. Review your position. Are you sitting comfortably? Is your spine as straight as it can be? Think about where your head is. You need to move back so that it's sitting on top of the spine, right over the hips. If you're feeling any tension in the upper chest, really think about allowing the stomach to move in and out as you find your breath. The upper chest is very quiet. All together, let's share Omkar chanting 3 times. Taking a breath in.
Shanti, Shanti.
Go ahead and mute your computer. If your audio is on. Or your microphone, I should say. Okay, I misspelled the mantra. It's Om Hrim Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Guru Bhyo Namaha. Let's share that mantra 3 times. Take a breath in. Om Hrim Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale, release your hands down to your thighs or knees. 5 minutes, Samavritti breath. Do your best to have an even inhale and exhale for 5 minutes. Just sitting quietly with yourself, giving yourself permission to do nothing, but be mindful of your breaths. Let's begin. Go ahead, I'll time you. No, take your last exhale. Open your eyes. Well done, everybody. Go ahead. Shake it out a little bit if you feel a little stiff in the legs, or maybe your back, you need to move around a little bit. Just for those who came in while I was speaking, the next 5 minutes, we're doing something called Kapalbhati breath. To do this breath, you have a passive inhale. You don't even think about it. But as you exhale, you strongly contract the abs. Think about the navel coming back as you exhale through the nose. Now, for some of us, just learning this technique, it's easier to exhale through the mouth. Think that you are blowing out a birthday candle. So you can start out that way, okay? Or if you have a congested nose, it's not easy to breathe through the nostrils. You can start with the mouth open. The important part is to keep as quiet as you can and just have the ab strongly contract. So we are toning the abdominal muscles, but we're also toning the vagus nerve, which runs through the diaphragm, which is very important to the central nervous system to bring about calmness. But remember, in the beginning, when we first learn this technique, it can be overstimulating. It can be actually a little aggravating to the central nervous system. So I want you to be very mindful of your own feelings today. If you feel emotionally, mentally, or physically discomforted, stop the reps and just come back to the breath that we just did. Even inhale and exhale. When you feel calm again, you start the reps. When I first started this, just to do 60 repetitions, I was sweating bullets. It was so hard and uncomfortable for me. Over the years, I worked up to different repetitions because that's my body type. So see what is good for you. All right, let's come back into our position. Oopsie, sorry, a nice seated position. I find it's easier to have your palms down on your legs at this point. Nice even breath. 5 minutes. Go ahead and start. Long exhale here, be quiet. Allowing the upper chest to be very quiet and still. Observe how your abdomen moves in and moves out. Take your focus inward and just observe how you feel right now in your breath. And your next inhale, open the eyes again, shake out your limbs as needed. This is great, you guys. 10 minutes of sitting quietly doing our practice. This pranayama, the one we just did, is really great also for toning the obliques. So it gives you a really nice waistline. Get a little more swell over time if you do this. All right, let's come back to a seated position. Alternate nostril breath. In the alternate nostril breath, as we pointed out in our last session, sometimes you start to feel the energy moving through your body and you start to feel sort of this dizzy or swaying movement. That's that internal energy moving. But what we want to do mindfully is focus that energy up through the spine. So if you start feeling this kind of weak emotion in your body, try to bring a mental focus right here in between your eyebrows. And that's going to help channel the energy in a more positive way rather than just being dispersed willy-nilly. We want to be mindful about it. So I will go through the first 2 rounds with you, and then you set the rhythm for 5 minutes. All right? You're sitting in position, your left palm is up in yoga mudra. Your right palm is facing you. The first 2 fingers come down to touch the palm. You close the right nostril with the thumb. You close the left nostril with the ring finger. Now we try to close the nose high up on the bridge, not down here. High up on the bridge is where you do the opening and closing. You start with an exhale on the left. You end with an exhale on the left. So we're all in position. Closing the right nostril. Let's all take an exhale through the left. Stay here, inhale through the left. Change, exhale through the right. Stay here, inhale through the right. Change, exhale left. That was 1 round. Let's do it again. Inhale through the left. Change, exhale right. Stay here, inhale right. Change, exhale left. Okay, continue on your own, 5 minutes. There's no rush. Finish your cycle and then exhale on the left nostril. Keep your eyes closed and bring your right hand down to your knee and just breathe normally through both nostrils. Take the time to just be aware of how this feels breathing through both nostrils as opposed to our alternate nostril breath. Exhale, open the eyes. Let's come down on our mat, on our backs, and bring our knees to chest, and just roll from side to side. So as you're getting in position, if you are wanting to do a pranayama practice by yourself, one sort of cardinal rule is that after an invigorating breath, you either do alternate nostril breath or you sit quietly for at least 2 minutes before you just get up. Okay, so Kapalabhati breath, you always want to follow that by a calming breath. All right, we're on our backs, rolling from side to side. Let's all meet in the center. Release your hands to the sides, palms up for a nice little spinal twist. Bringing the knees so that they're over the hips. All together, take a breath in, and as you exhale, your knees roll right and your neck rolls left. Let's hold here. Find that slow, deep breath that you've been practicing. I'll count down from 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Using that pelvic tilt, take a breath in, exhale, contract the abs, feel the tilt in the hips, and then roll to center. Take another nice inhale here, and as you exhale, knees float to the left, and you look to the right. Hold here. Counting down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, take a breath in, exhale, contract, feel the tilt, float to center. And from here, simply drop the feet to the mat, just below your butt. Before we do a bridge up, let's review that pelvic tilt. Pinky finger goes on the hip bone, thumb goes right underneath your ribs so that you can feel the tilting of the hips. It's a very, very subtle movement. You feel the lower back against the mat, and just the very bottom of your buttocks kind of scoops up off the mat. Okay, this, you don't do this. You don't lift all the way up. It's a movement in the lower back to help supple the hips in the lower back and strengthen our hip flexors. All right, we're in position. Let's all begin. Take a breath in. And now exhale, contract the abs and fill the tilt. Inhale, release it. Exhale, contract, tilt. Inhale. Exhale, contract, tilt. Inhale. Exhale, contract, tilt. Inhale. Exhale, contract, tilt. Inhale. Exhale, contract, tilt. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, contract, tilt. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, contract, tilt, and release. Coming into a bridge pose, release the hands to the side of the mat, either side of your hips, palms down. Now remember the bridge pose, we come up using that pelvic tilt so that we're elongating the spine, and then it's about bringing the sternum in the direction of the head, because we're trying to open up the heart chakra, the upper chest, rib cage, shoulders, and neck. Alrighty? So we're in position. All together, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, feel that tilt. Now with that tilt, raise the hips up off the floor. Roll your shoulders underneath you so that your hands touch underneath your butt. Now think about bringing the sternum in the direction of your head. Your chin is resting on your chest. You're looking straight down your body. Take the weight of your body into the upper shoulders, upper back. Really think about opening it up the chest. Try to slow your breath here, especially if this is a bit challenging. Slow the breath. Let's stay here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, first release the shoulder, feeling the upper back, the middle back coming down. At the end, you feel your lower back touching the mat, and then you release that pelvic tilt. Beautiful. Let's come into a nice little, oh my God, I forgot what it's called. It's the bug pose. Your knees up, grab your big toes, bend your knees, and you roll your hips out. Oh, happy baby, that's what it's called, happy baby pose. Now, if you're not comfortable grabbing your big toes like me right now, you can hang onto your thighs, or your shins, or your ankles, whatever's good, okay? If you can, grab your big toe. And if you can bring your elbow to the inside of your knee, that's very nice. We're touching certain pressure points in Ayurveda that bring lubrication to the lower body. It also aids in respiration, because there are different energy channels that you're touching right now. And let's come to center. Let's open up in the straddle. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, straighten those knees. Hold here. Now, it really doesn't matter if your knees are bent or where you're holding on, okay? We're just trying to open up the hip joint. So it doesn't matter where you are or how you're doing. Let's hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring the legs together. Release your hands to the mat on either side of the hips. Bend your knees. And extend the legs back. Relax the hip joints here. Let's roll over and come into child's pose. In child's pose, again, If you want to use a prop under your knees, in between your knee and thigh, underneath your ankle. You can stack your wrists on top of one another and let your forehead rest on your wrists. Or stretch your arms out, whatever is good for you. Again, everywhere we're making contact with the mat, we are engaging different energetic pathways in the body. So if you can get your forehead down, or if you can touch your forehead with your wrists, that would be great. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rising up in the cow and cat pose, inhale, rise up. You can be on your wrists or you can come down to your forearms. Let's begin. Inhale, look up. And exhale, you come into cat. Inhale, look up, drop the belly, hips come up. As you exhale, you tuck in the tailbone, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale up. And exhale down. Continue on your own. Everything we're doing right now is helping to relax the psoas muscle. It's helping to bring more suppleness to the hips and lower back. And with that mindful breath, we're toning our central nervous system. Let's do 2 more. And as you finish, go ahead and push back into downward facing dog. Into child's pose. We are going to do downward facing dog. We're in child's pose. Inhale, come up to all 4s. Curl the toes under, and as you exhale, let's push into a downward facing dog. Now, if this is challenging, you haven't done it for a while, go ahead and widen your feet as wide as the mat, bend your knees, and push back through your shoulders, dropping the head so you're looking behind you, neck is relaxed. This is all about lengthening the spine. The whole thing about getting our hamstrings lengthened, that will happen, but it can't happen if we're really tight in the spine. So think about lengthening the spine. I don't care what your knees are doing. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, gently bring your knees back down the mat. Release the toes and come into your child's pose once more. Now, for those who haven't been with me in the past, if you're finding it challenging to be on your wrists for whatever the reason is, you can do the same pose on your forearm. So let's all come back up to all 4. If you want to do it on your forearms, look at your computer and see what I do. Bring my forearms down, hands together. Curl the toes under, and as I exhale, I lift the hips, and then bring my chest in the direction of the thighs, and I'm in the same position, but on my forearms. So whether you're in downward facing dog or dolphin pose like this, let's hold here, lengthen the back. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, go ahead, come down to your knees and child's pose once more. From child's pose, let's come into Vajrasana, sitting on our heels, use your hands for support. Inhale, drag the hands back towards the body, sit up. You're sitting on your heel. If your joints allow you to sit like this is a really great pose to reinvigorate the lower body. Now, if it's not within your wheelhouse right now because of certain joints, you can sit on a block. This will relieve pressure on the ankles, hips, and knees, and you can sit as high as you want. I sat like this for at least 2 or 3 years, I think, when before I got surgery on my hip. All right, find a comfortable seated position, whether it's like this, or sitting in a cross-legged position, or even Dandasana. I had to make an adjustment. I'm on grandma duty. Something came up this morning, so we're going to do one more pose, and then I'm going to ask you to do Savasana on your own. All right, last time we did a modified Brahma Mudra. We're going to do another one. It involves a mantra and a movement of the neck. Hands can be resting lightly on your knees. As I inhale, I look to the right. As I exhale, I chant ah, and I come back to center. As I inhale, I look left. As I exhale, I chant ooh, and come back to center. As I inhale, I drop the head and look up. As I exhale, I come back to center and chant E. I inhale and look down. And as I exhale and come back to center, it's So it's ah, oo, e, This is a wonderful mantra, not only to help tone the neck and upper shoulders, but it also connects us with the universal vibration that is out there. If you have that belief and that awareness. But even if you don't, chanting is really wonderful for toning the diaphragm, toning the vocal cords, and helping just with your aerobic capacity. So let's do it all together. We're sitting up nice and straight. First, we look to the right. So inhale, look to the right. Exhale. Inhale, look left. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Inhale, look down. Exhale. Again, this time let's notice. We begin the chanting with ah, which is very much an outward expansive movement. As we chant ooh, you feel it's a little more internal. As you chant e, it's focused energy. As you chant it's very internalized and continuing the vibration with that sound. So let's think about that as we do it one more time. Sitting up nice and straight, looking ahead. Inhale, look to the right. Inhale, look left. Inhale, look up. Inhale, look down. Quiet. Gently open the eyes. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. I'm sorry I have to leave class early today, but tomorrow we'll have our regular 1 hour class. I'm not sure if my Zoom invitation is a repeated one or I have to send it again. So I'm going to experiment with that and let you know. I'm going to ask all of you on your honor, set your iPhone or whatever watch you have for 5 minutes and lay down in Savasana before you get up and leave your practice today, okay? It's really important to let the body reset after doing this practice. And this pranayama we just did, it wasn't as invigorating as other ones, but still we kind of stirred up some energy. So let's give it time, the body time to reset. So 5 minutes Savasana. I'll leave you now. Namaste. Thank you very much. It was great. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ciao.